All right. Good evening. Um, so I told you I'd give you an update. I already posted on my story, the update. But I decided that I wanted to tell you guys what really influenced me and to taking this opportunity. And in reality, what influenced me to embark on such an amazing opportunity was the fact that this was my way of getting my foot in the door. I've already told you the backstory about me and how I grew up. Again, if you would have told me 5 years ago, as a kid growing up in Canandaigua, New York, that I would be here right now giving you guys some updates and having you be a part of my journey as a sports commentator, I would have told you were crazy. I never envisioned being a sports commentator when I was younger. And if I told you I was, that would be a lie. I never envisioned being anything other than an athlete. As far as I can remember, going back into my early teen, little kid years, I always wanted to be an athlete. No matter if it was basketball, baseball, football, soccer, any sport besides lacrosse or hockey or a few others. I always wanted to be on the field. I always wanted to be a part of the team. At first, when I embarked on my journey to become an athlete and to hopefully make it to the pros, I was told by doctors that, because I wanted to play football first, and that was always my first love. And I'm going to tell you that right now, that was always my first love growing up. But when I was told that medically wise I could not play football because of medical reasons, mainly my G-tube at the time, I could not play. That was a punch to the gut, and I'll be honest with you, I was not happy. But then, about 3 years ago, freshman year, so 4 years ago, I thought about getting into baseball again. I had played on and off throughout the years. I thought about getting into baseball again and playing a sport that I also loved. Because again, I always wanted to be an athlete. And freshman year, unfortunately, that was not in the cards. But sophomore year, I played and I fell in love with baseball again, and how do I say this? I sunk myself into baseball and watching it and understanding it and studying it, and I realized that sports was something that made me happy, was something that helped me forget about everything that I've been going through since I was a little baby. And I've always been insecure about my height, my looks. I've always been an insecure guy, and I'm not going to lie and say I haven't. So, to be honest, baseball, just everybody on that team made me feel like a superstar, and that's what made me fall in love with it. Just the fact that everybody treated me the same like every other guy, and for that I am extremely grateful. And well, back in October of last year, I was told I should get into sports commentating, so I talked to my coach, the rest. Started commentating some games in the fall, and then started a YouTube channel that December. And then a little over 2 weeks ago, I got the call. I called Southlake. I texted my coach. He gave me Southlake TV's number. I texted Southlake. I called Southlake TV, and they said, yeah. And the guy, Jay, he said, yeah, we have an opening. And if you're willing, you should come out and do it. And I said, great. He offered me a show. And today we discussed it. And as of right now, it is not official. Nothing is set in stone. We've gone over some things. I showed him the logo. He liked it. So that's good. Next week, we're going to meet for coffee. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to go over logistics of the show. And I thought you guys, as my friends, family, former coaches, former classmates, really anybody that's followed my journey, I thought you guys should be the first to know. I truly believe you guys should be the first to know, because you're the reason why I can do what I can do. And I sincerely believe that the fans are what makes sports and sports broadcasting so special. As much as I think it's important that a commentator be able to bring energy and electricity to an arena, stadium, wherever it may be, to a gym, wherever it may be, I truly believe sports would be nothing without the fans. So this was, I believe I owe it to you guys to update you. So that is it. Thank you for listening. And I love y'all. See you soon.